Foxhunters. A field of 29. One is Augusta Vic, Mr. Jamie Codd. Two backstage, Mr. Simon McGonigal. Number 3, Ballybock Jack, is James Tudor. Blue Teen, Sam Waddy-Cohen, who won this race, of course, in consecutive years, 2005 and 6 on Catarino. Brooklyn Breeze is Mr. Richard Harding. Christy Beamish, Claire Allen. Christy Beamish won the race last year. Out number 7. Number 8 is Dayluan Gurram, the mount of Gordon Gallagher. Down to 9, Distant Mr. Richard Burden. Won this on Scott's Grey. Then Hamber Fam Billy, the mount of Mr. Mark Wall. 11 is Having a Cut, JT McNamara. Here Comes Stanley is William Telfer. 13, Gerardo Express is Robert Kirk. 14, Leduc Will Biddick. 15 is Man from Highworth, Mr. James Jenkins. 16 is Marcus de Burley, Mr. J.D. Moore. Then we go over to 17, Maurice, Mr. Brian Toomey. 18 is Mcevoy, Nick Williams. 19, Melin Blue, Nick Sutton. 20 is Menchikov, Richard Armson. 21, Royal Hector, Adrian Wintle. 22 is Son of a Fushi, Jake Greenall. 23, St. Matthew, is James Smythe. 24, Strong Weld, Liam Pater. 25 is Take the Stand, Donald Devereaux. 26, Theatre Night, Nick Pearce. 27 is Trust Fund, Tom Greenall. 28, Twilight Tricks, James Rath. 29 is Where Now, Nina Carberry. And 30, Whistling Straits, is Paul Tolman. So one out, that's number 7. 29 go in the John Smith's Foxhunters Chase of 2009.
Vic is your favourite here at 7-2. Distant Thunder is the one for the money now. He's in from 7-1, from 10-1. It's 7-1 also Trust Fund, 10-1 Mcevoy, 12-1 Christy Beamish, last year's winner. Leduc is a 12-1 shot, 16-1 for Having a Cut. It's 20-1 Backstage along with Gerardo Express and Soneva Fushi, and also Take the Stand. It's 25-1 for Blue Teen, Menchikov and Theatre Night. Man from Highworth, 33-1 along with Where Now. It's 50-1 Ballybow Jack and Brooklyn Breeze and Strong Weld. 60-1, Here Comes Stanley and Whistling Straits. 80-1 Dayloon Gurram is pronounced. Royal Hector also 80-1 and 100-1, 150 the rest. But Gary, money for Distant Thunder. You surprised?
Is another one who's well fancied in there in the dark blue and light blue colours. Tom Greenall on board, who's a very experienced amateur.
Very good. He's almost a professional amateur because he's had so much experience. He wanted to do this job full time, but his family weren't that keen on him going down that route. He gave it a go for a year. Very good rider. This is a decent horse trained by a very good man in Richard Barber.
Indeed, the brother of Paul Barber, who's co-owner of Denman. There in the yellow colours of the black V, that's Distant Thunder. We heard from Guy Landor earlier, very successful trainer and show rider these days, formerly a professional jockey, and he secured the services of Richard Burton. Now that is a very good sign because again he's a top-notch amateur.
He certainly is. He's won this race already on Scott's Grey, a horse that I've ridden around here. He's a very accomplished rider, Richard Burton, a winner several times at the Cheltenham Festival also. This horse is not without a chance, very fancy by connections.
Gary was telling us earlier that he's being supported in the market as well. And there in those white colours, that's DeLorme Gorm and Gordon Gallagher on board this one. Oh, Mcevoy, in fact, we were looking for in those white colours. Sorry, Evan Williams. Nick Williams rides, no relation, but Nick Williams, a brother to Christian Williams, who has a decent ride in the Grand National tomorrow.
That's right. He's a Christian who rides big fella, thanks. And a lot of these jockeys now, they'll be keen to just breathe and relax because this is a big moment for them over these fences, something they've dreamed of for all their lives.
Augusta Vic is going to be the 7-2 favourite. Trust Fund 6-1, Distant Thunder 7-1, and Mcevoy, who we just saw, is a 10-1 shot. Now Christy Beamish, then last year's winner, the runner-up from the year before. Claire Allen has had a lot of experience in point to point. She's ridden under rules as well. She's ridden on the flats as well. She rode a horse for me once actually. And she's a good rider, but I don't know what you can do to prepare yourself for jumping these Grand National fences. And her boyfriend is Chris Bonner, who had a very good record in the Grand National.
He certainly did. He was 3rd and 4th on Sir Peter Lely, I think he was one there for Mickey Hammond. But I said, she asked me any words of wisdom, and I said, look, just beware. These fences, you think you're going to brush through them, but you hit them a lot harder than you do a birch fence because it's spruce on spruce. they take a bit of knocking.
The starter about to call them in. Nina Carberry is the other female rider in the race, and Nina, again, we were talking about those that are professional amateurs. Nina would be as good as a lot of professional jockeys. She's a very capable rider. She'll be in red colours with a yellow cap.
Well, the favourite here has just been back. The one on-course bookmaker's just taken a £4,000 bet of 4-1 for Augusta Vic. Trust Fund has been backed into 13-2, and Distant Thunder very popular at 7-1. It's 10-1 bar that Mcevoy, but £4,000 bet of 4-1 Augusta Vic.
Keep walking round till I call you. Walk right
Sean
round.
McDonald, the starter, tells the riders to keep walking around, as you can hear in the background. This is the Amateurs Grand National. It's their experience over these big national fences. Here's the man. He brings them in now. That's it. They're off and running, setting off on this journey. 2 miles, 5.5 furlongs. They jump 18 fences in the Foxhunters, and Deiluan Gurum comes over the first. And they've all got over the first in good style. So it's Deiluan Gurum who shows the way here as they come up towards the second fence now. Brooklyn Breeze is very handy as well, as the leader sails over it and heads now towards the chair. And they're remarkably all clear the second as well. So coming up to the chair, Deiluan Gurum is just the leader here, from Strong Weldon, Brooklyn Breeze and Mcevoy behind them, and Twilight Tricks is out wider. And Deiluan Gurum has come down at the chair. He's interfered, hampered with Royal Hector. Back in the field then is Menchikov, who's come down. So we've lost 2 there. Coming to the water, Strong Weldon leads over it from Brooklyn Breeze and Mcevoy, and behind them is Take the Stand. Further back then is Twilight Tricks from Blue Teen, and they're followed next by Malin Blue. Son of Afushi is next to Gap, then Leduc, followed by Royal Hector, who's recovered quite well. Having a cut is further back from Maurice and Trust Fund. Out wider on the track then is Theatre Night, and then on the inside Whistling Straits. Then Hamber Van Philly is next, and further back in the field is Christy Beamish. St Matthew is well back in the field, backstage out wider as they cross the Melling Road, and we join Ian Bartlett.
So down to fence number 5, Take the Stand with a yellow jacket on the outside, Strong Weld in the blue sleeves, the white face is Mcevoy, Brooklyn Breeze in the brand. Take the Stand is a faller there at fence number 5. On the inside, Maurice makes a very bad error, but he's got over it okay. So Take the Stand is the only faller at the 5th fence as they come to number 6, and Strong Weld from Mcevoy, Brooklyn Breeze, Blue Team behind those, Twilight Tricks on the outside, and then comes Melin Blue, Trust Fund, and then followed by Having a Cut as they take the big open ditch. Maurice on the inside from Leduc, and behind that is Theatre Night and St Matthew, and last year's winner Christy Beamish. Then towards the outside is backstage Hambath and Billy behind this from Ballybuck Jock, and then behind those is Man from Highworth as the leaders have already getting over the next fence. Distant Thunders towards the back of the field with Gerardo Express, and at the moment Marcus de Bella is the back marker as we join Tony O'Hare.
Out the fence before Beechers, and it's Mcevoy disputing it with Strongwell, the gap to Brooklyn Breeze in 3rd, and they're followed in 4th place by Blue Teen. Twilight Tricks is in the next group, being followed towards this by Melin Blue, and then comes Having a Cut as they come to Beechers, and it's Mcevoy with the white face, Strongwell alongside, they jump it together, clear of Brooklyn Breeze in 3rd, and we've lost one there. Melin Blue is a faller at Beechers. And also a very bad mistake back in the field by St Matthew as they come to the Foynaven fence number 11. Strongwell narrowly from Mcevoy. 6-7 length gap then to Brooklyn Breeze, who's followed over it in 4th place by Blue Teen. Then we have Having a Cut followed by Trust Fund and Leduc, and then comes Maurice ahead of Ballybock Jack, and then Twilight Tricks as they reach the canal turn, and Strongwell a mistake, but the leader from Mcevoy who's now switched to the inside of Strongwell. The gap then back to 3rd place where we find Brooklyn Breeze, and we've lost one back in the field there. It looks like Son of Avucci as they go over Valentine's. It's over to Darren Owen.
Strongwell is the leader, the big white face of Mcevoy showing in 2nd place. Blue Teen in the check jacket to the inside of Brooklyn Breeze. Leduc is passing them one by one as they jump 5 out. Further back to Trust Fund, then Having a Cut. Ballybock Jack starting to make steady progress, and Theatre Night, last year's winner Christy Beamish, in about 7th or 8th place as they come on towards the ditch now, and it is Strongwell followed by Mcevoy and Brooklyn Breeze, and then to the inside is Blue Teen, few lengths to Trust Fund, Ballybock Jack, Leduc, and Having a Cut. Christy Beamish backstage with work to do. They're chased by Theatre Night, and Man from Highworth is following that one, chased chased by Twilight Tricks, and Twilight Tricks has gone there. Twilight Tricks down, Maurice has gone. St Matthew also is out of the race towards the back. They cross the Mellingworth Road, and it's Strongwell being followed by Mcevoy. Brooklyn Breeze still in close contention. Christy Beamish getting into it, still holding every chance is Blue Teen. Leduc spot the red sleeves behind the leading bunch, then Trust Fund, Ballybock Jack, and having a cut, and with that order they've got 2 to jump back to Jim McGrath.
Well, at least 9 in with a chance here as Mcevoy, the big white face, fights back on the inside from Strongwell. They're clear then of the chasing group. Trust Fund is being hard ridden with 2 left to jump. They're followed by Having a Cut, starting to loom up, and Brooklyn Breeze on the near side coming there strongly. Last year's winner Christy Beamish is there as well as they jump the second last, and it's Trust Fund in the centre being hard ridden by Tom Greenall. It takes a narrow lead from Mcevoy, followed then by Having a Cut and Christy Beamish coming there strongly on the near side at the last, and Trust Fund led over it there. Christy Beamish though is the big danger here on the near side, has been pushed right out by Claire Allen. It's Trust Fund in front for Tom Greenall. Claire Allen riding for dear life on Christy Beamish. They're clear of Having a Cut, who's running on well at the elbow now in the Foxhunters, and Trust Fund is finding plenty. He's gone 2-3 lengths in front, and he's bounding clear. It's Tom Greenall coming up to the line, who's going to win the Foxhunters of 2009. Trust Fund is the winner. Second is Christy Beamish. Third then is Having a Cut. Fourth Mcevoy, followed then by Leduc, and then Brooklyn Breeze. Further back is Ballybock Jack. They're followed by Backstage and Gerardo Express, and then Where Now. Behind them is Theatre Night. Further back Strongwell, and then further back then is Blue Teen. Well back in the field then, there's quite a few finishes here. Whistling Straits as well back. Marcus de Burley, Distant Thunder. Here comes Stanley. Man from Highworth. Hamber Fam Billy is also there, and Royal Hector. So quite a lot of finishes. And the early estimates are that 21 horses have got around in the Foxhunters out of 29 runners. And that is quite remarkable. But let's see this Trust Fund leading over the last year. Mr. Tom Greenall in the saddle in the colours of his father, Lord Daresbury, the chairman here of Aintree. And up to the line, Trust Fund has won it well. From in second, Christy Beamish. In third, Having a Cut, and a gap then to Mcevoy back in fourth. But Tom Greenall coming back here for a magnificent, after a magnificent win in the Foxhunters.
Tom Greenall, what was that like?
That was awesome. I mean, I've had a load of spins around here before. I've been second here before once, fallen off loads of times. And so to do it like this has always been my dream, and it was a top day.
But to do it here at Aintree, a racecourse that means a lot to your family.
Yeah, I was brought up here just about 20 minutes away. All I did when I was a kid was watch videos of Grand National. I used to sit on repeat. I've had a couple of spins of the National, but winning around here beats it.
Congratulations.
Well, a magnificent triumph this for Tom Greenall. His brother Ollie had a horrible fall at Cheltenham and was too badly injured to ride in the race. His younger brother Jake did ride in it and fell on Son of a Fushi, but Tom Greenall very patiently coaxed this horse round, got the best jumping out of him. As we come down here into the closing stages, Christy Beamish has run his heart out in second. Claire Allen has given him a lovely ride, and Having a Cut is the horse in third. But this horse, Trust Fund, just keeps finding more.
He certainly did. It looked for a minute like Claire Allen was going to get to him with Christy Beamish. She gave the horse a lovely ride, but Tom Greenall, he rode almost as a professional as an amateur for a year, and now his dad told him go back and do a proper job, and he's won the Foxhunters now because of it, so he's got to thank his father for something.
Listen, there are people like Nicky Henderson, John Thorne, Oliver Sherwood, Dick Saunders, Willie Mullins have all won this Foxhunters chase here at Aintree, and Tom Greenall is adding his name to a distinguished list which also includes his own father. His father won this race in 1982 on a horse called Lone Soldier, and Tom has done it today on Trust Fund. A real thrill for these guys round there.
Oh, it's a highlight of the year for them. Many of them want to have a winner at Cheltenham, but the big thing is these fences, they bring out something. It's just something you don't experience on a daily basis. It's a unique experience here at Aintree, and it is just something that I don't know what it is. You see the faces on people here that just got round, never mind one.
That's Paul Barber. His brother Richard trained the horse, and tremendous success for them as well. Based down at Ditchat, right next to Paul, because it's all Barber country. It's Barber land. It's where they have a massive dairy herd as well and produce cheese. Although Paul Barber himself's allergic to cheese. He's about 5 years old. That's my useless fact for the day.